We're asked in the following question to give the domain and the range of the relation. So for domain, I just want you to note that what do they mean by domain? Well, domain are the possible x values. Okay. Range are the possible y values. Okay. So this is domain and range. Okay. Now, the easiest thing that I can tell you to figure this out is to go and grab a graphing calculator. Okay, so you'll probably want to get a graphing calculator and you want to graph this. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So I've went ahead and graphed my function y equals x squared plus 4, a parabola, on my graphing calculator. And this is what the function looks like. So the domain is the set of possible x values. So remember, x goes from left to right. Okay? Well, notice that my function is going to continue going on and on and on. Yes? It's going to go out this way, and it's going to go out this way. So the domain in this case, the domain, and I'll note it like this, okay, my domain D is going to go from where? Well, think about it. From the left all the way to the right. Well, from negative infinity all the way to positive infinity. Okay? So that's my domain. From negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to take a look then at the range. Okay. Well, when we take a look at the range is the set of all possible y values. Remember, y goes up and down. Well, look at how I've highlighted my axis here. And I notice something. Alright? What is it that I notice? Well, I notice that I don't have all of the y values in this case. My y value starts right here. And that is the value of y equals 4. That is the value of y equals 4. So my range, okay, it starts at 4. Alright? It starts at 4. So I'm going to use a square bracket, okay, to say that I'm including the 4. Alright? And from 4 it goes where? Well, it goes all the way to the top. And what's at the top? Well, positive infinity in this case. So my range goes from 4 to positive infinity, and I'm going to put parentheses because positive infinity is not an exact point. It's rather a destination. It continues on and on and on. So the brace signifies a stopping point that we're including. The parentheses in this case signifies a point where we should stop. Okay? Alright. So here we have the brace and the parentheses. So this is again my domain and my range. So let's go ahead and take a look at another example. So we're looking at this next example, and it says y equals the square root of 6x minus 4. And again, we're going to have to state the domain and the range. So kind of tricky, right? Well, not necessarily. Okay? We're going to take a look at it, and again, I'm going to suggest, number one, that we graph it. Okay? So we're going to have to graph this. Alright, we'll take a look at the graph in just a second. So let me graph it first. Okay, so here's my graph. Again, it's the graph of a square root function. So it should look like its parent function, the square root of x, and it is. Okay, slightly different though. But I want you to notice something right in this area right here. Notice that it doesn't exactly touch 0. And that's important to note. Okay, so what we need to do for the domain is we're going to take whatever's under the radical, so this right here, 6x minus 4, and we are going to set it equal to 0. So that will tell us what the smallest possible x value is for our domain. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Okay, add 4. 6x equals 4. Divide both sides by 6, and I get x equals 2/3. So my domain extends from 2/3 all the way on. Yes? So my domain D goes from, and this is a bracket, okay, because we're including the point 2/3, all the way to what? Well, notice it keeps going. So all the way to infinity. And again, a parenthesis, because infinity is a destination and not a point. The range is a little bit easier to see. Well, where does the range go from? Well, it starts here at the bottom at 0, and where does it go? Well, the function continues to increase, yes? So the y value then continues to increase. So where is it going? Again, it's going from 0 in this case to positive infinity. So a lot can be said about these graphs, and notice how from the graph I am interpreting a function's domain and range. So this is exactly how you do it. I mean, it's the easiest way that I know at this point. So I hope this is understandable, and definitely some solid examples to help you finish your class assignment.